Yes, hello. Today we're going to be painting. And if not, then I don't know why I got all this stuff out here. I digress. I'm painting. Okay, yes. I'm excited. I haven't painted in a little bit, so I think this should be a lot of fun, hopefully. I took this photo recently. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize I was a professional photographer either. Who am I kidding? Nature did most of the work here. Okay. My friend was like, you should paint that. And I said, why? I've got this photo. And then, I don't know, it just started growing and festering inside me. And I was like, I should paint it. So that's what I'm going to do. I wanted to paint it on a 9x12. I think that's what my canvases are. But apparently I used them all. And then the ones that I have that have things that I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to finish them. I'd have to paint over. And then you'd see what I was painting over. And I'm not ready for that yet. So I figured I could use what I do have. I have a square canvas. Problem is my photo would work really well for the more portrait. So then I looked in my paper drawer to see if I had like one of those thin canvases, you know, that's like on a board. Cause I'm like, I don't know, sometimes you find one with your paper. I didn't, but I did find this wood canvas. Look at the grain in that. And I'm supposed to gesso it. I don't think I'm going to. I had 4 of these at one point, and I think I gessoed the other 3, and it worked fine, but like you kind of lose some of that woodness. So I figured we could just see what happens. If it ends up being a huge mistake, we'll both learn something from this. So it won't be a complete waste. I think I'm just gonna start painting and see what happens. Like, you know, it's meant to be fun. It's like a game I'm playing with myself where I just take goop and I splat it at a piece of wood and I see if it looks like something at the end. Doesn't that sound fun? I think so. Let's get right into it. I'm not sure what colors I'll need. Definitely a blue. I'm using Liquitex Basics Acrylics and a little bit of this titanium white. And then I got some other colors. I'm running low on the yellow. But if you remember the last painting video, I kind of want to get a new yellow and I haven't yet. So add that to my list. Oh, there's something else I wanted to say. I have these glitters, but wait for it. They're little leaves. If there was a way to like incorporate that, that could be really fun. I think it'd be cute. I also have some of this I thought might be handy. This is Sunset Gold and Metallic Russet. These are the light body metallic acrylics. I thought those could be handy too, maybe. Which way should I go? I'm going this way. I like the way it kind of points upward and then it's like grounded. I'm just gonna start sketching, I guess. I usually sketch with my burnt umber and some water. Just blob that somewhere. Little turd. Beautiful. Grab a flat brush. This is a size 8. Lots of water. Alright, so you grab a little of that and mix it with the water. This just gives you a lot more flow. That's probably the word. So essentially there's a little island like right in the middle here. I feel like since it's a square, if it's right in the middle, it's gonna be kind of confusing. So I'm gonna lower it to about here. And there's water all around. There's a little island. It's got lots of little trees. This tree kind of like hangs down. And then there's like a big poofy tree up here. Stems that you can actually see. Stems. Trunks. Sorry. Sketch it out. Essentially just trying to figure out where I'm going to lay everything out. Even that's too high. I might have to bring that down. We'll see. Maybe you won't end up seeing any wood grain at the end. Now here's where there's actually some orange flowers. Oh my gosh. What planet am I from? Oh, there are orange and yellow trees down here. Ooh, look at that. It looks like a little tree. And there's a bunch of like dead stuff over here where all the leaves have fallen. Oh, that's my island. And then there's gonna be like reflections on the water. And the water goes kind of back here. Oh, we can actually see a little boardwalk right there. Well, this looks so Bob Rossi. This is a reference photo. The way like things kind of crisscross. The composition of it, I suppose. And then there's trees back here. Come about that high. They're kind of further back. Actually, these trees should come higher. Some like cattails back here that are really bright. It's a little edge of the lake. Now there's tons of clouds up there and I really wish I'd drawn the island lower now. Let's just move everything down a bit. Now there's lots of shadow in here because like the sun is over here, so these trees are casting a lot of shadow. We can probably just pull this down. I like the way this soaks into the wood. That's probably what the gesso's supposed to stop. Just kind of finding the shadows. Let me see, I need to pull down this. Everything over here is way brighter, so I don't really want to add any shadows. That's the island location. So, like all the shadows end up on the right side of things. These trees are actually the front of, whereas the right side of them would be behind them. I don't know what I'm trying to explain. So the shadows are on the right side of the island. Now there's some trees that kind of come up to like here. There's lots of like cattails and stuff here. And they kind of join a new group over here. Kind of making it up on the edges because my canvas is square. Did I mention that? I don't know if I did. Cattails here. just like a log here, some sticks. The only problem is I don't feel like this looks quite as far away as it should. Maybe these cattails get really small on the edge. These are kind of problems like you can sort of see in a sketch. My dog. Why are you so active all of a sudden? Why are you doing so cute? I'm trying to do something. I'm gonna make it look more dense in the back so it's like thick. So it looks like there's a lot. Find some of the shadows there too. So then the water over here is actually really dark too with some reflections. Just gonna keep horizontal motion so I don't like lose track of the perspective because it's really far back there compared to here. And I feel like I'm having a really hard time conveying that. But I think it's time to start adding in a color. I would love to do the sky. I think just because it's simple and it'll help get rid of some of this sketch where I drew too high. Do you think just white in this would work? We'll just figure it out as we go. That's obviously not the right color though. Hopefully if I add a little white. And I'm gonna use my liquid acrylic so it's gonna just make it a little less thick and it'll be easier to swoosh around. I need a bigger paintbrush as well. Ugh, I got some newer paintbrushes here. By newer I mean never used them before. This one's really fluffy. It's not gonna mix paint very well though. So maybe I'll have to use a palette knife. Fancy. Look at the way that cuts. This is really close to the color I want, actually. There's so many clouds that I think I don't have to get a super consistent color if I mess it up, you know? Oh, this is from Blick. I really do like shopping on Blick for artsy stuff. You can actually get it cheaper than Amazon usually. All right, let's see. Start. Oh, I never sketched in the trees. Wait. Don't dry on me paint. Wait, there's a tree that comes out of this. It comes straight up. Kind of forks, and this one goes up even higher, and then this little tiny guy. So that's one tree. Then there's another one right here, and he comes up even higher. And then there's a tree over here, and it's got a lot more action. I don't know how to draw a tree. Again, it's not exactly the fullest looking tree. Some branches. A thicker one here. Some more branches kind of stemming around. Kind of just fills up around that. There we go. We got some trees. Okay. Now I'm ready for the blue. I love this color. It's so pretty. Add a little water. Soften it up a bit. Maybe show some of that wood grain a little better. Maybe make it even more transparent so that my sketch shows through. I haven't sketched any of the clouds in yet, but I'm thinking that can come later. Yep, a little too opaque. We're losing them trees. Although if I want to draw like those swishy clouds, probably should do it over top of everything. Because the blue is absorbing into the wood, it looks like it's turning a little green. Again, maybe gesso would solve that problem. It's also just like crud building up, and it's not from the brush. I don't know. Maybe it is from the brush. Or the brush is like becoming sandpaper, and it's kind of like getting eaten away by the wood. So we'll just have to redraw all that. It's fine. Also, I like that the wood is stiffer than when I paint on like a cotton canvas, like because it like flexes under your strokes, whereas this is solid, and I really like that. That's actually a little darker here, so I'm gonna add a little more blue and actually a little bit of the brown, and I'm gonna color in the water with this. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it for like the reflection areas. Again, we'll probably end up painting over them, so it's not that big a deal, but you know. Look like water. Just kind of building it up slowly. Definitely doesn't really look like water. Maybe it needs some white for like reflections. Yeah, maybe that is the paintbrush coming apart. All right, not the best paintbrush, you know now. Figuring it out slowly. Might have more brown and more white. That's what kind of the grass looks like here. Or grass. I can't speak. Water here by the cattails. It's a little scummier, you know? So where like the trees are reflecting, it looks more this color. It's also a little greener. I could add a little yellow maybe. Not too much. See that? Oh yeah, a little yellow. Now it's greener over here. Still kind of watery looking. Do that over here too, I think. Oh, this was a good idea. Thank you, Becca. It should probably be darker over there, so maybe a little more brown to it. Still technically water, even though it's like a completely different color. What happens if we add white to this? We get a nice reflection. That might be better over here. Blue to this. Losing that it's water. It's looking a little less like water. Blend it out a bit. Looking a little murky, but also we don't have any reflections yet. I'm gonna clean this brush. Oops, I'm doing something. I'm making another watercolor, actually. I want to add shadows here. To kind of help with the depth, I think. Alright, so for the trees, we have a variety of like yellows and greens and slight oranges. So we'll mix some kind of blue and yellow to make a green. Add a little brown. And some white. I can start us off over here, I think, where it's more sunny. Actually, wait, that's this tree. Dang. Well, we can do the top edges of this. Start blobbing it. We'll see what stays and what goes. So yeah, it's actually more green on this side of the island. Just give the illusion of shrubbery on the island. Maybe I should just color this all in and then find the highlights. I wonder if that'd be easier than whatever it is that I'm doing. It just looks like a blob. I think some highlights gonna break up the blob. Probably a smaller paintbrush might be helpful too. Kind of looks like something over there. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna redraw in this little tree that kind of like sticks out even higher. And we just need something even darker. Maybe a little blue to make it green. It's not quite deep enough. Be more blue. A little yellow tree here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to lighten everything up. It's a little too dark. Just kind of tree blob it. Just a tree that kind of like hangs down like that. It's almost like a willow looking tree, but I don't think it is. Lighten up these guys. Really hard to get these to look like trees. Kind of blobby. But maybe that's a start. A little less green. Need a smaller paintbrush with this same color. Gotta make it look like trees, I guess, is the next step. Well, that did make a big difference. I want to add orange. Kind of running out of palette space for different colors. But if we mix a little bit of this with colors we're already working with, create a little tree in here. There we go. Got a little red tree in there. Oh! Am I amazed? Yes. Does it probably look like a blob to everyone else but me? Yes, also. Try and make a yellow tree. Tree over here. Ooh, that one's got like orange and yellow. Continue on this funky tree here. I don't know. Just trying to find more detail in it. This little tiny paintbrush kind of comes in handy for it. Kind of find shadows deep in there. And this is where it should be getting brighter from all the sun. A little shrubbage. Go over to the top of some of the trunks I drew. Little leaves. Break up the bushels. Draw some of these trunks. Bigger brush. Like reflections. It's my reflection. The orange. Should figure out the trees over here again. Kind of lost them in the sky. Although I still have to do the clouds, so. Although I kind of made some clouds appear by having the paint that wasn't quite mixed. This is actually just straight titanium white, and look how good that looks. Ooh. Little branches as they break off. I'm gonna put leaves on here somehow. That's something you probably learn with time, with how many paintings you've done, like what the proper order for things is, because I don't know. Not there yet. Leaves. The colors are looking like my reference. They're just not that pretty. And now that I'm seeing it in painting, it's like whenever people do paintings, they're more like hyper realistic, so they like exaggerate beauty a bit more than I think I did. Like in painting form, I feel like it just looks a little dull. A little sideways ones give more detail to this trunk. I'm gonna tone down some of the white. Just gonna go over it because it does look a little too much like snow. Still a little too white in some spots. Almost like I just need to go over all the white. Oh, as it dries, you see more and more of the wood texture. I really like that. I don't know. I really do. Figure out what color this stuff is. It's kind of like a green. I'm gonna start laying something here. Yeah, my colors are just a little muddy. Maybe I should have played around with the colors. It is what it is. Building up the colors here. Definitely a little warmer as it hits the top of them. Blocking out the colors seems to be going pretty well. Now I need to start pinpointing more spots. Carry this up a little higher. This color from down here that I used for the reflection actually. Blend it downward. Create a little line here for the water. I forgot there's like a little log here. Starting to look a little more accurate. Kind of change colors as it goes. A little orange. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is confusing to me. Just got to let go of perfection. Usually where I kind of stop having fun, you know, when I realize how impossible my expectations are to meet. Instead, we'll just kind of do whatever happens over this trunk again. Painting wood on wood. Anyone else get a kick out of that? Painting for this guy. How did those end up looking like the exact same tree? Not as random as I thought it was. Add like some highlights to the water. It's not really in the reference, so we're really just making it up. Kind of makes the water look like it's moving, but oh well. At least it looks like water. That's all you really can ask for. This tree needs to look more like a tree. Let's add some rim lighting. Obviously on the left side. I feel like I'm probably reaching some kind of limit here. That's one of those, painting is those things like you get so close to it when you're working on it that you see all these things, and once you like close your eyes and open them again, it looks completely different. You see all the errors, it's like ay 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 ay. So this needs to go. This highlight is no more. I wonder if I just added a little like glossy top coat to this, what that might look like. Because right now it looks very matte. I think it's because it's like being soaked up into the wood, you know? I like the way these cattails look better than these ones. So I was trying to like copy it. I like how simple that one is, to be honest. It just suits everything a little better. Is that it? Do I want to add any clouds? It's a little late, but I could try. A little white. Maybe if there's any blue that's not dry yet here. Blend that out with the bigger brush. See if we can blend that. Oop, that is definitely a hair. Ew. Gotcha. A little wispy. Really should have done this before I painted the trees, but I even knew that at the time, and I was just like, I feel like doing the next step. Here we are. Just try up little splotches. It actually kind of makes it look very cloud-like. I like that. Grab some green and kind of solve this problem, maybe. I'm glad I added the clouds. I feel like it needs one thick cloud up here, though. Oh, which it actually has in the reference. That's funny. I have one go off the edge for the composition's sake. Do one back there. Try and blend that a little. I think this might be it. I might have to call it. It looks like a scene. I feel like if I showed this to literally anyone, they'd be like, it's a landscape painting. I don't know if they'd be able to tell that that was an island or that these were cattails, but I have to take progress as it comes and keep pushing forward so that it doesn't stop coming. It's really hard to walk away from a painting because it's never done, you know? Well, I gotta call it at some point. Ugh, if I look at any one point, it just looks like blobs. But if I step back, it looks like... I guess that looks like water. I think I'm just being too nitpicky for my skill level here. But this is what it looks like. I don't know why I want to do a close-up of any of this, but there you go. Thank you guys for watching and coming along with me as I tried to paint a landscape on wood. That was pretty cool. I think I am interested in picking up either more wood canvases or just canvas panels because I forgot how much I like painting on a solid surface. It kind of like just suits my preferences. But yes, this is my skill set as of now. Let's chronicle it, take a snapshot, boom. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you've ever painted a photo that you've taken, and if you look at it, does it remind you of that moment? I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye! Oh, I just realized I didn't use these. Dang it. Next time, I guess. Next time, baby. Oh, who's that from? Is that an after credits scene? That might be an after credits scene. It's Iron Man. Anyway, bye!